Happy, I'm not even wearing my watch. I think it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Today is an exciting day because Ben's on his way over to pick me up and we're going to Max's new apartment. We're telling ourselves because we want to go through some of the guitar workouts course which is launching, but really it's because Max's new apartment has a hot tub and why wouldn't you go to a hot tub? I mean, based on previous experience, Ben and I shot a vlog in a hot tub like 6 years ago at NAMM and it was far too steamy and didn't come across well at all. So I don't think we're going to shoot any video in the hot tub, but we will shoot some video before/after the hot tub is utilised. And obviously I'm going to bring you guys along. What are you saying? Hello. Hola!
So we are on our way over to the wonderful seaside resort of Shoreham, just out of Brighton, to see our good friend and now Musicisum guitar teacher extraordinaire, Mr. Max Taylor Grant. We're going to go see him at his new pad and A, just to catch up with him because he's a bro, and B, to shoot a quick video with him just to kind of catch up on the course that we're about to put out with him.
You've just said B and C really. What's A?
Tell them about A.
I already told them about A. A is for hot tub.
Good job, I brought my shorts.
Is that the screw fix we went to when we were building the original Musicisum set?
I think it may well be. I know that whatever screw fix it was, I displayed my appalling lack of any DIY knowledge by going, I need some wood. And they were like, yeah, we don't do wood, mate, we do screws and we fix things. And I was like, that's pretty accurate. We named a business. And I said, right, you got any screws? Like, yes. What size? It's like, fairly long ones. And at that point, I think Dave came in and saved me by going, we need catalogue number 267/B, 46 packets, and an I-rail times 472. And I left and drove Dave home. We got our wallpaper from there.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a trip down memory lane.
We did, yeah. We've arrived at the abode of Max Taylor Grant.
He says we've arrived. What have we been doing?
Been here a little while. We've had a warm beverage, it was great, and then a warm dip. Max, as you well know, is bringing out a course with us. It's the Guitar Workouts course. We've been talking about it for ages.
Hey guys, Max here. Today I've got an atonal exercise for you that's going to work on your finger independence and economy of motion. Let's have a look.
Tell the good people what you tried to achieve with your Guitar Workouts course.
I wanted a complete workout for the left hand and the right hand, whichever way you use those, and exercises with those in synchronicity, covering a wide gamut of techniques, so that if you didn't have something particular that you wanted to work on that day, if you weren't going, oh, I need to learn this tune, or I need to do, whatever, if you wanted to be like, I want a complete workout that is going to test absolutely everything that is guitar playing, then that was what I wanted.
I mean, watching you go through the process of filming it and putting it together was pretty savage, and you came up with this stuff. So it's
because those exercises it's similar to lifting weights. You can do the motion of lifting something, but it's up to you how heavy you can have it. And those exercises are only as difficult as how fast you make them and how clean you're trying to be and how just how much of a perfectionist you're trying to be.
So I think a big thing that we've seen that our students have said is putting a solid practice routine together seems to be a challenge a lot of people have. They don't know what to practice. They maybe don't know, how to expand on a practice exercise. And what I really like about what you've put together is that you've got the individual exercise, but it's kind of a modular system where it's learning the principles of why you put that exercise together, so someone could apply it to something else.
I don't think that course could be. I don't think someone's going to come in cold and just play all of it straight off in a one and go, oh, okay, that was rubbish. I think it's going to take people a long time to learn.
Someone coming fresh into this course, if they really applied themselves to it, what outcome would they have for their playing?
I think the biggest thing people won't realise that it'll do is it'll reveal any bad habits that you already have, and then you'll find those will be like a hard limit on how fast you can play some of these exercises or how much motion there is. I think it will make people think about how to build exercises like that of their own. So that's the one thing. It should be a springboard. People should look at the exercise and be like, okay, how can I take that concept and make it my own? Because ultimately that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter which order you learn them in. Like, obviously there's an order for the playthrough, and that's set in stone. But if you're not particularly excited about doing a rhythm exercise, then go and do one of the crazy finger ones, or like go and look at them. I think one thing people don't tell people when they're learning enough is that they should do what they think is fun. And if it's fun, you're more likely to do it. So go and pick a fun one that you think is challenging, and see if you can beat my goal tempos, because I'm so sure everyone can. That's it.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone posting videos of them trying these challenges. That's something I really want to encourage.
Yeah.
When it comes out, is seeing people's progress as well. So.
Yeah, I think I said in a previous video, but I jumped in on that Facebook group so that when people do get it and they finally have it in their hands and they're recording videos, I can give some kind of direct feedback and
amazing.
Basically lock myself in the cupboard and practice more, because someone will be incredible. Someone will be like, oh, this is really easy, I don't know why he's sweating bullets. And like,
that's the joy of Instagram. So that's the private student Facebook group that we have for all of our students. We're all on there, we're all active. You can come on and discuss stuff. We like showcase early releases from courses and stuff, and people like our good friend Max will be on there seeing what you guys can do. So thank you for having us around. We've drunk coffee, we've used your hot tub, we've chatted guitar, and I'm really excited to put this out. I think it's a really deep dive into not just a set of exercises, but the philosophy behind how to build your own practice exercises as well. So it's going to be awesome. Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. So after a...
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. After a joyous meeting with Max yesterday, we are here today to go...
Ben's favourite thing, gear shopping.
Yeah, we are kicking off the next 12 months of tuition. So we are going to be looking at making more shorter form courses that are easier to digest. We still want to do a few of our kind of flagship long form courses that we've done so far. They just, that is it. Like,
they take like a year.
They really do. You know, we want to do a great job of them, and we're really happy with what we've done so far. But we kind of want to pick up the pace for you guys, because you've requested so many different topics. The only way you can cover that ground is to maybe look at distilling that into some packs of less lessons, but still have that awesome information. So today is kind of planning that through, like what the next 12 months look like. We want to try and do one per month, which is going to be
challenge.
Yeah, so much faster than we've gone before, but it's all good. And to do that, as Dan mentioned, my favourite thing in life.
Ben deemed that to be able to do any of this, we needed to buy some more gear. And he was very convincing about it, actually. So
yeah, I was like, Dan, we cannot do it
unless we have these things.
Yeah, these 8 red cameras.
So no.
We're not.
People will take that seriously.
They will.
We're not getting red cameras. That would be a joke.
Okay, so at the moment we use the Panasonic GH5 cameras. They're amazing. They're perfect for what we do. We've got 2 of those, so that normally ends up being like a wider shot on someone where you can see everything, or so you can see the guitar as well. And we normally have one closer in on the face, so you can kind of cut between it to make the speech nice and easy to follow along with. But what we often miss is a third shot for, say, a close-up on the guitar, or we're doing some drums this year, like more of a close-up on what's happening with the sticks. So really we're getting a third camera, so we can have that detailed close-up on what's happening. But Dan, what happens when you buy a third camera?
Well, you have to buy all of the things that go along with the camera, because we don't just, put the camera on a tripod and shoot to an SD card. We've got the Atomos Ninjas, and they shoot to solid state drives, and then we actually need a tripod for it to go on, because we only have the 2 main filming tripods.
Yeah.
So there's all the bits that go around on with the camera. We need a new lens, we need some new glass to get the shots, and then we're also thinking, some motion would be nice.
Some emotion.
Some emotion, yeah.
I want to feel. Let me feel.
No, some movement.
Yeah.
So we've been looking at the Rhino sliders.
That's really hot. Oh my god! I tried to be subtle. I was like, my face burns. Yes, as you very accurately said, we're looking at the Rhino sliders. What a slider is when you see those really beautiful shots that are like this.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Just that smooth, that photogenic. What's happening is either a person, if they've got a bigger crew, is pushing that camera along a set of rails, so you get that smooth movement, or the technology's out now where you can actually automate that, and you can set the camera to start here, end here, and have that little that little twist you're seeing, which gives something called the parallax effect, which is very cinematic, very joyous, very sexy video stuff. So it's going to mean that because we're only a two-man crew, and often I film this stuff on my own, it's going to mean that I can stand behind the cameras and be kind of directing it and checking everything's working and monitoring the audio, but we've set that slider just slowly going back and forth, so it's kind of a set and forget setup to give us that really nice cinematic movement in our videos.
Yep.
And there's a few other bits we need, like a new Dan. Got a new,
this one's broken.
Yeah, got a new Dan on order. No, so we're gonna go through all that and then see how we can make that work and plan out who we're gonna bring in for our new workshops for the rest of the year, which is what we're now calling our kind of small courses. So let's crack on. So we've run into obstacle number one, which is realizing that as we step up to 4K production, when you're looking at doing days worth of shooting,
3 days shoots with 3 cameras.
Yeah, you're talking coming away with 12 terabytes of video. So we are trying to work out the most practical and cost-effective way of offloading all of that at the end of a day that isn't going to take 10 hours to copy, but also allows us to keep a backup. We have a separate system for that. So we're getting there.
Ben's favourite day of the year.
Well, it is. It is for my pure internal gear geek, but it's also expensive. Morning, folks. How you all doing? It is Friday the 10th. It's about 10 to 10 in the morning, and I've just finished editing 2 Riot Act episodes. So Riot Act Podcast is an awesome podcast that Musicisum produces, hosted by the impeccable Renfrew Deadman and Stephen Hill. And it's going really well. It's been really well received. People are liking it. It's an alternative music podcast, a review format. So we have a few different types of show that we do. But the one I've been working on this morning, 2 episodes, is our Rioteers review series, which go exclusively out to our Patreon members, and then it gets published later. So people that want to get the down and dirty on some deep dives on some classic records, checking out the Rioteers review episodes. So these are done. Just thought I'd show you the process that we use to work on this stuff remotely, because there's a few people involved. I'll show you what we do. So on my Mac here, I also use a PC depending on what I'm doing. This tends to be more for stuff on the go, or if I'm doing a session. Particularly I like to do audio on this on the go, because I think Logic is it works really well on the laptop for that format. And then the big PC, which is this rig of doom down here, that's my beast. That's definitely the video editing rig. If I've got quite a lot of videos to churn through, I'll use that. So what happens is the guys will record the podcast over in London, and then they will upload the audio to Google Drive, and then we take it from there. And so normally Mr. John Hollingworth, editing legend, will put that together. John's editing this vlog right now. Hey John, hey everyone. John's a legend, known the man for a very long time, and it's great to have him involved in Musicisum, editing quite a lot of stuff for us now, certainly doing these vlogs.
It's very nice to be here.
And he edits the main Riot Act episode as well now. I was doing it for a while, but we're starting to expand, and there's other things I need to be doing, so John is editing Riot Act. So normally John will take this and he will edit that in Logic. So back in Logic, Riot Act template there already set up, and that has my 2 channel strips. So you can see here we've got EQ set up for each channel. On there we've got compressor and limiter, so pretty simple audio setup, but it just means you haven't got to kind of redo that every time. So yeah, we kind of use that, and then it's really just a case of taking the edits that the guys send us on email, then we kind of chop it up and then export it, and it goes back up to Google Drive, which we kind of sync through here, and then Dan will upload that to our publishing platform called Podbean, and that goes out across Spotify and iTunes and everywhere else, and it also goes up, the exclusive episodes go up to Patreon for our wonderful Patreon supporters. So something I'm going to be giving quite a lot of thought to today is what a killer show would be for Musicism. Me and Dan were discussing it yesterday, and we're thinking we really want something that's just going to be a really awesome, fun show to make, that's going to kind of elevate the traditional interview format into something more engaging, more funny, more enjoyable for the people that are being interviewed. So we're a big fan of the Hot Ones show. I think that's just a genius concept. And so what they've really captured there is they've got a simple format that they can repeat, with different guests, but every time it's funny and it's different. And we kind of want to find something that a format that we can use to create a great set of interviews around. So I'm going to be giving that some thought today. I've got a load of other bits on my to-do list. So I'm going to crack on. Catch you guys soon.